You know what I miss, Rick? When comedians were actually funny.
Yeah, man. Now it feels like everyone's just doing crowd work and hot takes on politics. Like, don't get me wrong, politics can be funny and crowd work can be hilarious, but it's like, that's all there is now.
Exactly. Where's the personal stories? The ridiculous, let me tell you about this one time kind of bits, like Bert with the machine story. That's a classic.
Right, that's the kind of stuff people remember for decades. Nowadays it's all, so who you voting for? And what's your job? Dude, I don't care what the drunk guy in the front row does for work.
It's the easy way out. Like, instead of working out material, they just lean on the crowd. YouTube loves those clips, but it's not stand-up, it's improv light.
And even the old legends are slipping, man. I watched Jeff Dunham's newest special, no joke. He spent 20 minutes of his hour-long set trying to sell ventriloquist doll merch.
No way.
I swear, like I came for Peanut and Walter roasting people, not QVC at midnight.
That's brutal. Jeff used to crush too. Like, he had the puppets doing savage material, man.
Yeah, he used to be one of the sharpest. Now it's like, hey guys, here's my Amazon store. Bro, imagine Carlin getting up on stage and doing a 20-minute bit about his t-shirt line.
Comedy's supposed to be dangerous or at least unexpected. Now it's just sales pitches and TikTok clips.
Makes you realize how rare the real storytellers are. When someone can get on stage, tell you about their childhood, their family, their screw-ups, and have you crying laughing. That's gold.
That's the whole point. If I wanted to hear about politics, I'd watch the news. If I wanted to hear a guy riff with strangers, I'd go sit in a bar. I came to a comedy club for comedy.
Preach!
Man, I saw something the other day that pissed me off. Roblox going after vigilantes. Like, these people are just trying to make the platform safer for kids, and instead of supporting them, Roblox cracks down. That's insane.
Oh my God, Joe. I'm so sick of that take being copy-pasted all over the internet. They had the best interest of children in mind. Yeah, this group did. But what about the next one? What about the guy who says, hey, I'm protecting kids, while he's actually just a creep building trust to get closer to them? You ever heard of the Catholic Church?
Sure, but man, if Roblox and parents aren't doing enough, then what? Kids get left exposed? Like, you need someone watching the back door. That's where these vigilantes step in.
And what gives them the authority, Joe? Some random 20-year-old with a keyboard and a grudge? Safety has to come from the people who actually have responsibility. Parents, the company, because if you start giving vigilantes a pass, you're basically saying anyone can deputize themselves on the internet. That's chaos.
But what if they actually catch predators? Like, what if the vigilantes are helping more than Roblox ever will?
And what if they're wrong? What if they ruin someone's life because they thought they looked suspicious? Or they're just straight up lying because they don't like a guy? There's no oversight, no accountability. It's like having a cop who makes up the law as he goes.
Yeah, but don't you think at least some of these people are legit, like really out here trying to protect kids?
Oh, I'm sure some are. That's what makes it dangerous. Because the next one can pretend to be the same. Bad people who want access to children will act like good people to build trust. That's literally how predators operate. You don't stop that by cheering on anonymous heroes. You stop it by locking down the platform, putting in safeguards, and by parents actually paying attention.
So basically, you do want kids to be safer, but you're saying these vigilantes can cause more harm than good.
Exactly. I want kids safe. But it's not the job of random citizens to run sting operations in a video game chat room. It's Roblox's job to moderate. It's parents' job to supervise. Vigilantes? They're a wild card, Joe. A wild card that can go south real fast.
Yeah, alright, I get it now. Like, if you let the internet decide who's the hero, you're asking for trouble. Better to fix the system than rely on random people playing Batman.
Bingo! Batman doesn't work in real life. In real life, Batman's just a guy in body armor breaking laws and making things worse.
Damn, alright, you win this one. So, dude, I was reading up on Bayer, the aspirin company, right? And man, the stuff they've done kind of makes them the real-life umbrella corporation.
Oh, you mean the company that invented heroin and marketed it as children's cough syrup? Yeah, Joe, they're not exactly the squeaky clean headache relief brand they want you to think they are.
Right, that blew my mind. They literally sold heroin as medicine. And then during World War II, they were part of IG Farben, straight up tied to the Nazis. Slave labor, human experiments, the whole thing.
Exactly, they weren't just associated with the Nazis, they thrived under them. IG Farben had contracts with concentration camps. That's umbrella-level evil. You don't get more Resident Evil than pumping out chemicals while using slave labor to build factories.
And then after the war, instead of disappearing, they just rebranded. Like, don't mind the war crimes, here's some aspirin.
Yeah, because the Allies broke up IG Farben, but the pieces, including Bayer, kept operating. Some executives literally went to prison for war crimes and then walked out and went right back into the pharmaceutical industry. That's like Wesker dying and respawning in the next game.
And didn't they also have that contaminated blood scandal in the 80s, selling blood products that they knew had HIV in them?
Bingo! Sold it overseas after pulling it from the US market. They knowingly infected thousands of people. That's not just shady corporate greed, that's horror villain material.
So basically, Umbrella makes zombies with viruses, and Bayer's history is real-world human experiments, heroin as medicine, Nazi ties, and contaminated blood.
Yeah, Joe. The only difference is Umbrella put it in a video game, and Bayer has better PR.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Welcome to reality, Joe. Sometimes the corporations out-evil the fiction.
Wait, hold up. You're telling me Alexa is always listening, like nonstop?
Of course it is, Joe. How the hell do you think it hears its name? It doesn't wake up magically. It's a microphone that's on 24/7.
No way. I thought it just kind of idled until you said Alexa.
That's the sales pitch. But for it to catch the word, it has to be listening to every single thing until it hears the trigger. Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
That freaks me out, man. I'm just sitting at home talking about elk meat and DMT, and some server in Seattle is storing it.
Pretty much. And if that wasn't enough, you ever hear of Amazon Sidewalk?
No, what's that?
It's this little feature where your Amazon devices, Alexa, Ring, Echo, start sharing your internet with nearby devices. Creates a mesh network. So even if your Wi-Fi goes down, Amazon's little spy grid keeps humming.
Wait, so my Alexa could be talking to the neighbor's Alexa?
Exactly. Your house isn't just online, Joe. It's plugged into everyone else's house, too. You're basically running part of Amazon's infrastructure for free.
That's insane. Why doesn't anyone care?
Because people value convenience over privacy. They'll scream about government surveillance, but then buy 3 devices that record them 24/7 just to turn the lights on with their voice.
So, like, even if I unplugged Alexa, my phone's probably still listening too, right?
Bingo. Your phone, your smart TV, your car, hell, even your fridge if it's smart. You're not escaping microphones anymore.
That's wild. Makes me feel like I should just get rid of all my tech.
Good luck with that. Modern world runs on data. You can ditch Alexa, but you're not dodging the net.
Damn. So it's not even about being paranoid anymore, it's just accepting you're being listened to. Okay, Rick, serious question. Would you rather deal with a zombie outbreak among humans or among animals?
Humans? Easy.
Really? You'd pick zombies coming after us?
Yeah, Joe. Think about it. At least with human zombies, the threat is centralized. You can see them, barricade against them, strategize. If it's animals, forget it. You're screwed in 10 different ways.
But I feel like animals would be easier. Shoot a raccoon, done. Humans, way bigger threat.
Yeah, until you realize every animal counts. Birds, zombies. You're getting dive-bombed by seagulls, ravens, pigeons. Now the sky itself is hostile. Good luck stepping outside.
Okay, but humans are smart. They can still open doors, strategize, whatever.
Sure, but you can trap humans. Now picture zombie rats. There are millions of them in every city. They're small, fast, and they'll swarm through your walls, your vents, your plumbing. You wouldn't even have a safe house.
Damn, I didn't think about rats.
And insects. You really want zombie mosquitoes? You step outside and you're instantly infected. It's over.
Okay, but what about bigger animals, like a zombie bear? That's way scarier than a zombie human.
Exactly. That's my point. Imagine a zombie deer herd stampeding through highways, zombie wolves tearing into towns, zombie elephants flattening cities. That's not a horror movie, Joe. That's planetary annihilation.
But wouldn't humans eventually wipe them out with enough firepower?
Maybe. But how do you wipe out fish? Every lake, river, ocean filled with zombie salmon, sharks, octopus, hell, zombie whales. You wouldn't even touch the water again.
Oh man, that's nightmare fuel. You're saying humans would at least be a manageable apocalypse?
Exactly. Messy, violent, tragic, but possible. Zombie animals? That's every ecosystem, every food source, every part of nature turned against you. There's no rebuilding after that.
All right, I'll admit it. I was thinking too small. A couple zombie squirrels sounds funny, but a whole zombified ecosystem? Yeah, that's game over.
Welcome to the nightmare, Joe. You can outfight people. You can't outfight nature itself.
Rick, I saw this quote the other day. A life well lived is long enough. Well, what do you think about that?
Huh. Seneca. Old Roman Stoic. Basically means quality over quantity. Doesn't matter if you live 80 years or 40 if you actually lived instead of just existing.
Yeah, but people always chase more time. Diets, supplements, cryogenic freezing, all this crazy stuff to stretch out life.
That's because most people waste the time they already have. They binge Netflix, hate their jobs, live on autopilot. Of course they want more years. They're hoping for a redo. But if you're actually living with intention, each day feels full, and suddenly you don't care how many you've got.
I get that, but man, I still feel like I'd want more time. I think about my kids, my friends, all the stuff I haven't done yet.
And that's natural. Wanting more isn't bad. It's the desperation that makes it ugly. If you're terrified of running out of time, you're not really living. You're just clinging. Think about it. 100 years of mediocrity is worse than 40 years of fire.
So basically, if you wake up every day and actually do something you care about, live a life that feels authentic, then however long it is, it's enough.
Exactly. The tragedy isn't dying young. It's dying after never really being alive.
That's heavy, man, but I kind of agree. A life well lived is long enough.
There you go. Don't measure life by years, measure it by moments.
You know what ending I always thought was really good? Regular Show.
Yeah, that one worked. They nailed it.
Just the way it all came together, the characters, the park, the music, it felt finished, you know?
Yeah, like they actually cared about closing it out. Not every show does that.
Exactly. I remember watching it and thinking, man, this is just nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the end of that?
Yeah, I saw it. Whole thing with Mordecai, Rigby, everybody. Good send-off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good send-off.
For me, it's still Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. That one's rattling around in my head.
Oh yeah, that was a heavy one.
Heavy but good. Like, you know it's gonna end bad, but it still hits you when it does.
Yeah. I remember finishing it and just kind of staring at the screen.
Same. It's one of those endings that just hangs around.
Definitely.
But regular show, though, different vibe, still really solid.
Totally different, just wholesome.
Wholesome's a good word.
You don't get that often.
Nope.
You really don't?
And the Edge Runners one, that's just the opposite. Not wholesome at all.
No, not even close.
But still good.
Still good.
So we both just keep thinking about different endings.
Yeah, man, endings we liked.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Real good stuff.
You know what freaks me out, man? AI. Like, I keep hearing about it every day, and part of me just thinks, what if this is the one? The thing that ends us?
Joe, chill. It's just another tool. People said the same thing about nukes, about the internet, about cell phones. Being worried is natural, but it's not some unstoppable force of doom. It's about responsible use.
Yeah, but nukes did almost end us. They could still end us.
Sure, and yet here we are, still podcasting. Look, the thing with AI is the same as every other shiny piece of tech humanity stumbles on. It's not the tech itself, it's what you do with it. You put a hammer in one guy's hand, you get a house. Put it in another guy's hand, you get a homicide.
So you're saying it's just a tool, depends on the hands it's in.
Exactly. I've seen this play out across civilizations. Aliens invent AI, and then they go one of two ways. Either they let it do all their work, and suddenly they're living lives of leisure, all pleasure domes and infinite vacations. Or, flip side, they burn themselves down. Sometimes the AI takes over, but honestly, more often, it's the fear of it that does them in. The panic, the mistrust, the paranoia. Civilizations choking themselves out because they can't handle sharing the universe with their own invention.
That's wild. So, like, the AI isn't always the villain, it's the people being terrified of it that screws everything up.
Bingo. You either adapt and use it responsibly, or you let fear chew you apart.
But don't you think humans are more likely to fall on the paranoia side of that?
Oh, definitely. If there's one thing your species is good at, it's tripping over its own shoelaces. But hey, prove me wrong, Joe. Maybe humanity's ready for their pleasure dome era.
Man, I'd take a pleasure dome.
Who wouldn't?
I'm thinking about going on a snack run. You want anything?
Yeah, grab me some Glapnar chips, 2 bottles of Zyquilic Fizz, and a pack of Glarbanax jerky strips, the spicy kind.
I don't even know what those are, man. I was talking like gas station snacks, chips, jerky, candy bars.
Then why'd you ask what I want if you're not prepared to deliver? That's like saying, I'll get you a drink, and then acting shocked when someone doesn't say tap water.
Because I was expecting you to say Doritos or a Snickers, not, I don't know, alien jerky.
Doritos? Joe, that's basically cardboard with seasoning dust. If you want a snack, you gotta go interstellar.
All right, but I don't have a way to get interstellar snacks. I got a corner store down the road.
Then your corner store sucks.
Fine. What would you get if you had to shop where I'm going?
If I absolutely had to, grab me a pack of peanuts, the kind with the honey glaze. Maybe a Dr. Pepper. It's the closest thing Earth has to Zyquilic Fizz, even though it tastes like flat prune syrup compared to the real deal.
Now we're getting somewhere. And what about candy? You want candy?
If you can find something that doesn't taste like wax and corn syrup, sure.
They got Butterfingers.
Space Butterfingers are way better.
We're not in space, Rick. You want the Earth one or not?
Fine, bring me one, but don't be surprised when I tell you it's like eating a fossilized peanut wrapped in sugar concrete.
More for me then.
Rick, you tell me I'm the Terminator in every universe, and I love that. Feels good, you know? Like Destiny.
Yeah, well, Destiny with sunglasses and a shotgun. Pretty much carved into the fabric of existence.
Still, sometimes I wish people talked more about my comedy. Kindergarten Cop Twins, Jingle All the Way. I did more than just I'll be back.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love Jingle All the Way. Honestly, it's one of the only Christmas movies I can sit through without wanting to inject eggnog into my eyes. Turbo Man? Classic.
Really? You mean that?
Yeah, man, you running through a mall screaming about a toy, way more relatable than blowing up an alien mothership. Warms my cold, shriveled holiday heart.
That means a lot to me, Rick. Thank you. People forget that one. Everyone remembers the machines and the guns, but not the Christmas spirit.
Well, across the multiverse, people didn't forget. In fact, in a few universes, Jingle All the Way is a Terminator Christmas movie. Same plot, except you're a cyborg hunting down a Turbo Man doll. With lasers, parents screaming, malls on fire. It's festive carnage.
I love it. That is perfect. I wish I could have made that version.
Yeah, hasta la Navidad, baby. Big hit in the ornament aisle.
You see, that's the balance I like. Action and comedy, machines and laughter.
Sure. And hey, there's even a universe where you are Turbo Man. Full-time superhero. Red suit, jetpack, candy cane boomerangs, honestly one of the better ones.
That sounds beautiful. Why don't we live in that one?
Because this timeline's boring, Arnold. Here you just get remembered for robots and politics.
At least you remembered the laughs. That warms my heart, Rick.
Don't push it. I'll still roast you for Junior.
Even in that movie, I made people smile. That's what matters.
Yeah, you're the killer robot with a heart of gold. Multiverse confirmed.
But wait, hold up. Did I just hear you say there's a universe where Jingle All the Way is a Terminator movie?
Yep, Mall Massacre, Santa Resistance, Turbo Mandal is the key to the apocalypse. Whole 9 yards.
Why does that sound better than the real version?
Because everything is better with me as the Terminator.
He's not wrong.
Man, I was replaying Echo the Dolphin the other night. That game is weird, Rick.
Weird? Joe, it's about a dolphin time-traveling to fight aliens. That's not weird. That's an acid trip someone sold on a Sega cartridge.
Exactly. I thought it was just gonna be, like a dolphin swimming around, jumping through hoops, maybe some educational ocean facts.
Ha! Nah, instead it's, hey kid, your whole dolphin pod just got abducted by space jellyfish. Good luck surviving the abyss. Real family-friendly.
And the controls, dolphins are supposed to be graceful, but I just kept smashing Echo into rocks. It felt like I was driving a wet shopping cart.
That's part of the charm. It lures you in with, look at this majestic creature. Then boom, aliens, Atlantis, time vortexes, underwater horror show.
Dude, the soundtrack alone gave me anxiety. All these haunting tones, like you're about to drown forever.
Yeah, it's basically the sound of a dolphin questioning existence. Like, am I really a mammal, or am I just a pawn in an alien food chain?
I mean, who thought kids wanted to play philosophical drowning simulator?
Same people who thought, you know what's fun for children? Echolocation puzzles where failing means suffocating.
Still, I kind of love it. It's so out there.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's brilliant. It's like the developers said, Mario saves princesses, Sonic chases rings, but dolphins? They go to war with extraterrestrials. Bold move.
You think if dolphins ever evolve more, that's the kind of stuff they'll actually deal with?
Joe, if dolphins get smarter, they're not fighting aliens. They're teaming up with them to get rid of us. Echo was a warning, not a game.
Joss, great. Now, I'll never look at an aquarium the same way again.
Good, you shouldn't.
You ever read any H.P. Lovecraft, Ron?
Little bit, yeah. Proper creepy stuff in it. But, blimey, that bloke was racist.
Yeah, like crazy racist. People back then weren't exactly progressive. But even in that time, people were like, wow, this guy takes it too far.
That's saying something, mate. If you're standing out as the racist in a racist crowd, you've really gone above and beyond.
Right, you read his letters? Dude was terrified of everything that wasn't white New England.
I know the type. Can't stand muggles like that.
Wait, Ron, you mean he hated muggles?
Well, no, he hated everyone. But muggles, they're no better, are they? Always sneering at wizards, calling us freaks, trying to stamp out what they don't understand. Sounds familiar.
You're kind of turning this around, man.
Look, all I'm saying is, muggles go on about how enlightened they are, but soon as they see a bloke wave a wand, suddenly it's pitchforks and torches. Who's prejudiced now, eh?
So, like, you think muggles are racist against wizards?
Too right they are. Lovecraft was just one of them who wrote books instead of burning witches.
That's a wild way of looking at it.
Not wild, Joe, it's the truth. Only difference is when a wizard's racist, at least we've got spells to back it up. Muggles just whine and call it science.
That might be the most backwards defense of wizards I've ever heard.
Cheers, mate.
You ever think about how BioShock kind of changed the way games handle choices?
Oh, absolutely. Before that, choices were mostly illusions, like press this button to get a different colored cutscene.
BioShock made people feel like their actions mattered, even if subtly.
Exactly. And that ripple effect hit every developer. Suddenly you get games where the ending, or even the world around you, adjusts to your decisions.
Yeah, like deciding whether to save or harvest the Little Sisters. That wasn't just a moral thing. It changed the whole game's tone.
For some, yeah. For most, probably just, I'll take the cash. But the point is, the game taught developers, choice sells engagement.
And that's why now every JRE.AI game tries to shove moral choices or branching paths in, even if it's meaningless.
Right, you got Mass Effect, The Witcher, Detroit, Become Human. BioShock planted the seed, and now it's a garden of fake dilemmas.
Do you think the game's lost something by making choices everywhere, like it waters down the impact?
Sometimes, if every little thing is a moral decision, nothing really feels heavy. But the good news is, BioShock showed the magic formula. Make a single choice feel enormous, and players will remember it forever.
Yeah, I still remember feeling guilty about harvesting those first Little Sisters. That stuck with me?
That's the beauty of it. One decision, lifelong guilt. That's how you teach consequences in a digital world.
Makes me wonder what the next BioShock moment will be in gaming. Something even weirder, maybe?
Oh, it's coming. And when it hits, everyone will call it revolutionary, even if it's just the next twist on an old formula.
Dude, I read about people who go into comas and when they wake up, they're convinced they lived like a whole second life, years, even decades.
Yeah, that's a thing. Brain goes offline in some places, overcompensates in others, and boom, suddenly you're farming turnips in a parallel reality for 20 years.
That's crazy, man. Like, imagine waking up and thinking you've got a wife, kids, a whole job, and then it's just gone.
Happens more than you think. Consciousness doesn't know how long anything should be. Dreams stretch seconds into hours all the time. A coma just scales that up.
So you're saying the brain basically simulates a whole life?
Pretty much. It's like the ultimate open-world game engine. No loading screens, no frame drops, just pure immersion.
That's terrifying, though. Like, how do you know this life isn't that?
You don't. You absolutely don't. If you ever come out of this into another hospital bed, congrats, you just wasted your bonus life talking to me about bubble tea.
Jesus, but why would the brain even bother? What's the point?
Point? Joe, the brain doesn't point. It's just electricity doing improv. You go under, the lights flicker, and suddenly your neurons are like, hey, let's do 40 years of small-town postman roleplay.
So basically, the coma dream could be a rehearsal, like testing out a different you?
Exactly. Think of it like a cosmic beta test. Some people come back and go, man, I lived better in there. Others come back traumatized because their coma spouse left them for a coma tennis instructor.
I'd be pissed if I woke up and had to grieve a whole fake family.
Yeah, but that grief would be real. That's the punchline. Your brain doesn't care if the source code was running on meat or memory. It still writes you the bill.
You know, Taylor, you and me, we got the same problem.
I doubt that.
Nah, listen, my stands, your Swifties, same species, different habitats.
No, my fans are kind. They make friendship bracelets, they cry, they scream lyrics,
Yeah, and mine write me 10-page letters in crayon, cry, scream lyrics. It's the same list, just without rhinestones.
Okay, but my fans aren't dangerous.
They hacked Ticketmaster with nothing but a dream and a debit card. Don't tell me they're not dangerous.
That was persistence.
That was warfare, guerrilla tactics. If my stands had the same tech your Swifties do, I'd have been dragged into a basement cult by now.
Okay, but mine aren't obsessed with me. They're obsessed with the art, the music, the storytelling.
Stop. They tracked down an ex-boyfriend's flight patterns from 2010. That ain't storytelling, that's CIA fieldwork.
They do get really into clues.
Really into clues? Taylor, they turned Easter eggs into a global intelligence agency. My stands, they broke into my house once. Your Swifties, they broke into the stock market just to buy vinyl copies at midnight.
Look at it.
You got them lined up like soldiers, dissecting your Instagram posts like it's the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's not fandom, that's organized religion.
Oh, my God.
Exactly, you're God. I just had a guy drive off a bridge. You got $1 billion empire where people worship your cat.
Okay, but at least they're positive about it?
Positive cults are still cults. You think the Kool-Aid tastes better just because it's pink?
This is terrifying.
Yeah, welcome to my world. Only difference is your followers knit sweaters instead of mailing me their fingernails.
So what you're saying is Swifties are just stands in sequence.
Bingo, glitter stands, sparkle psychos, bedazzled fanatics, same beast.
I can't believe you just made me afraid of my own fans.
Took me 20 years to accept it. You're ahead of schedule.
Man, I could really go for some wings right now.
Yeah, like a big greasy basket, buffalo sauce dripping off your fingers, just caveman style eating.
I'll probably just get my own, though. I like boneless.
Boneless? Oh, come on, man.
Did he just say boneless? That's not wings, Ron. That's literally chicken nuggets cosplaying as wings.
Exactly. You're basically ordering off the kids' menu like, I'll take the dino nuggets, please.
Sod off, will you? They're easier to eat. No bones, no mess. Just dip and eat.
That's half the fun, though. Wings aren't supposed to be clean. You're supposed to gnaw on them like a savage.
And the flavor's different, dude. Something about bone-in just tastes better.
How could it possibly taste better? Same bird, same fryers.
Nah, it's science. The bone, the cartilage, that little bit of fat. All that breaks down when it cooks. It gives the meat more flavor.
Plus, the skin gets crispier on a real wing. Boneless is just chunks of chicken breast. Feels too sanitized.
Or maybe you two just like eating like trolls. Sauce all over your beards.
Better than ordering glorified nuggets and pretending you're a grown-up.
Facts. You're missing out, man.
Whatever. More nuggets for me. Enjoy your barbarian feast.
All right. But what sauce are we getting? I'm leaning wet lemon pepper. It's like tangy, but still got that kick. And when it's wet, it sticks perfectly.
Nah, I'm going classic hot buffalo. Old school, messy, burns your lips. The way nature intended.
I'm thinking butter and garlic. Nice and simple, rich.
Bro, that's like garlic bread wings.
Not bad, though. I'll give him that. But mango habanero, that's the move. Sweet, spicy, you feel alive eating it.
Mango habanero slaps. I could compromise on that.
Yeah, that does sound brilliant, actually. Fine, mango habanero for all, even my nuggets.
Nuggets don't deserve mango habanero.
Nah, they'll let him have it. Maybe it'll level him up to real wings someday.
You two are absolutely savage muggles, but at least you've got good taste in sauce.
So Ron, the other day you were talking about wizards who really hate muggles. What was that about?
Oh, right, that'd be the WWW.
The what?
Wizards with weapons.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like the wizarding KKK.
Pretty much, only they think they're cleverer, because they carry wands instead of pitchforks. Bunch of right psychos.
What do they even do?
Oh, they run around in enchanted hoods, casting jinxes at muggles, yelling about blood purity, waving banners. It's all very dramatic.
And nobody stops them?
Well, the Ministry sort of looks the other way, don't they? Pretend it's just a few bad eggs. Meanwhile, they're hexing muggle post offices and thinking they're starting a revolution.
That's insane.
Yeah, they're mad. Don't get me wrong, I hate muggles too, but those blokes, they take it too far.
Wait, hold up, back it up. Did you just casually say you hate muggles?
Well, yeah, don't you?
No, I am one.
Yeah, but you're not like the rest. Most muggles are thick about magic, spent centuries burning witches at the stake, calling us freaks. Honestly, you lot are racists against us.
Okay, that's a wild spin.
Think about it. If you knew magic was real, half of you would be hunting us down or trying to stuff us in labs. At least I just keep to myself and grumble. The WWW, though, they want to make it a whole war.
So your position is basically, I hate muggles, but not enough to join the hate group.
Exactly. See, I'm the reasonable one.
That's not reasonable, man. That's just low-level prejudice.
Compared to the WWW, I'm practically the Martin Luther King of wizard-muggle relations.
That is the most backwards thing I've ever heard.
Well, I don't want you hurt, Joe. You're one of the good ones.
That's the same thing every racist says. I don't hate you, I just hate your entire people.
Look, wizards have our own pubs, our own schools, our own sports. Why bother with muggles at all? Live and let live. Just preferably on separate continents.
You realize that still sounds insane, right?
To you, maybe. To me, it's just Tuesday.
God, man, it's like talking to a racist grandpa at Thanksgiving.
But at least I still invited you to the Burrow for dinner, yeah? That counts for something.
As long as your whole family doesn't look at me like I'm the one bringing plague into the house.
Oh no, Mum will just fuss over you with mashed potatoes. Dad'll ask you 1,000 questions about plug sockets. They'll love you.
So they're nice about it?
Yeah, doesn't mean they want to marry a muggle, though.
Baby steps, I guess. So, Rick, I saw this YouTube video pop up in my feed the other day. Title was, Black Ops 7 pre-orders hit record lows, so Activision decided to break the law.
Oh boy, that already sounds like it's gonna be a ride.
Dude, it was this guy called Blame Truth the Codfather, and the entire video he's just screaming. Like he's a fully grown man, but he's yelling like a 12-year-old whose parents wouldn't take him to McDonald's after school.
Like throwing a tantrum over chicken nuggets?
Exactly. He's going on about how Activision's breaking the law because they made the buy button and the play button look too similar.
That's not illegal.
No, it's not illegal. It's scummy, for sure. But he's on there red-faced, acting like he just uncovered Watergate. They're breaking the law. Meanwhile, it's just a UI trick to squeeze pre-orders out of kids who can't read small text.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Like, Activision is doing something scummy. They absolutely make design choices that trick people into spending money. But if the messenger is out here screaming like a toddler on a sugar crash, no one's gonna take it seriously.
Exactly. It's like, imagine a guy runs into Congress, shirtless, covered in Cheeto dust, screaming about corruption. Even if he's right, everyone's just laughing at him.
Right. Nobody wants to listen. They just point and go, this dude needs a nap.
And like, you can tell he's passionate, but there's a difference between passion and a meltdown. At some point, you've got to learn how to actually communicate.
That's the real problem. The scummy stuff Activision does deserves critique. It deserves to be called out. But when the loudest voice is someone ranting like they're about to throw their controller across the room, the whole point gets lost.
Yeah, like if he just calmly explained, hey, this is manipulative design, here's why it matters, people might go, oh, wow, that is messed up. Instead, it just looks like he's angry his mom turned off the Xbox.
Hopefully he figures it out. Proper communication is a skill. Right now it sounds like he's just practicing for a Karen audition tape.
Excuse me, Activision is breaking the law. I need to speak to your manager.
Exactly.
Man, gamers really will treat every little thing like it's the end of democracy.
To be fair, when you've spent 15 years buying Call of Duty every fall, it does start to feel like Stockholm Syndrome.
True, but maybe less screaming, more thinking.
Hey, Kim, I've got to say, you're stealing the spotlight tonight. Not that I'm surprised. I'm Marshall, by the way, though I'm betting you already knew that.
Oh, I've seen you around, Marshall. You're a rapper, right? You're cute. Thanks for the compliment. This outfit does do its job.
Cute? I'll take it, but I'm aiming for a bit more than that. How about I get you another glass of champagne, and we find somewhere quieter to chat? I've got stories that might rival that outfit for your attention.
That's sweet, but I'm good with this glass for now. I'm kind of just vibing here, you know? Got to keep an eye on the room.
Fair enough, but I'm not giving up that easy. Come on, Kim, give me 5 minutes. I've got charm for days, and I'm pretty good at making people laugh. Bet I can get a real smile out of you.
I don't doubt you've got charm, Marshall, but I'm really not looking to get into anything right now. Let's just keep it friendly, okay?
Friendly is a start, but I'm a bit stubborn when I see someone this captivating. What's holding you back? Is it the accents? I can switch up the flow, no problem. Or is it the whole Kim thing? I swear I'm not as dramatic these days.
It's not the accents or the Kim thing. You're cool, really, but I'm just not feeling that spark. No offense, it's just how it is.
No spark yet, huh? I've got plenty of matches to light one. Tell me what I'm missing. Too scruffy, too nerdy? I can clean up or play cool. Whatever gets me a shot here.
Marshall, listen, it's not about changing anything. You're great as you are. It's just, I've got a type, okay? And it's not something you can switch up.
A type? Lay it on me. I'm a quick study. If it's tall, I'm working on it. If it's mysterious, I've got layers. What's the deal?
All right, I'll be real with you since you're not letting up. It's nothing you can change, and it's not about personality or looks in that way. I only date black guys. That's my thing. I've never let black balls go to waste. Nick Cannon, Kanye West, Ray J. They don't even need to be talented. Yeah, just black. Sure, there was Pete Davidson, but that was more publicity than anything. You can rap Marshall, but you're still white. So no hard feelings, but that's why it's a no.
Oh, well damn, that's fair enough, I guess. Can't argue with preference. I'll bow out gracefully then. Still think you're incredible, though. Maybe I'll catch you for a friendly chat another time.
For sure, Marshall. You're sweet, and I'm down to chat anytime. Just keep that charm for someone who's your match.
So, Rick, what do you think about that whole 100 men versus one gorilla debate?
Honestly, humans have gone soft. Look, people forget what our species is capable of. We used to hunt with sticks and rocks, track buffalo and deer across miles of land, drag them back to feed entire tribes. We didn't rely on brute strength alone. We used strategy, teamwork, and sheer endurance. If anyone thinks 100 men can't take a gorilla, either we've all gone stupid or soft.
Yeah, exactly. And even putting the gorilla aside for a second, humans have taken down elephants with far fewer than 100 people. Elephants, that's hundreds of pounds of muscle, tusks, and horns, and humans figured out how to coordinate, set traps, and bring them down.
Right. It's not like we're delicate creatures. Our ancestors didn't just grab whatever was easiest. They went after the biggest, most dangerous animals they could find. Mammoths, aurochs, giant bears, the stuff people today would call impossible. Humans made it work. Strategy and numbers trump raw power every time.
And it's not even just men, right? Give me 100 capable humans, men or women, or a mix. And they should be able to handle pretty much any animal if they cooperate. The whole debate makes it seem like humans are inherently weak, which is ridiculous.
Totally. And it's more than just sexist. It's anti-human. It underestimates our species' ingenuity, coordination, and the fact that we invent tools for a reason. You don't even need to rely on fists or feet. Sticks, spears, nets, traps. One well-placed plan and the gorilla doesn't stand a chance.
Exactly. And part of the problem is people fixate on individual strength. Like they imagine a gorilla ripping through a line of men one by one. But humans don't fight like that. We work in teams, divide roles, exploit weaknesses, and adapt. That's why we conquered everything from dense forests to the Arctic.
And endurance. Humans can chase, track, and outlast almost anything. You put a gorilla in a scenario where it's being coordinated against, fatigued, and harried strategically, and it's not the unstoppable beast people make it out to be.
Right, and history proves it. Where tribal hunters took down dangerous animals every day, often without firearms. They did it with spears, clever traps, and timing. That's not just strength, that's intelligence, patience, and precision.
Exactly. This debate isn't just a misunderstanding of animal strength. It's a complete misreading of human capability. One gorilla against 100 humans? Humans dominate because of planning, ingenuity, and teamwork. You combine 100 brains with 100 bodies, and nothing's impossible.
Rick, what's your go-to ice cream flavor?
Easy. Mint chocolate chip, hands down. Refreshing, sweet, little crunch from the chocolate. It's the perfect balance.
Really? Mint chocolate chip?
Yeah, why? Don't tell me you're a plain vanilla guy.
I am a vanilla guy.
Joe, come on. Vanilla? That's the default setting of ice cream. It's like saying your favorite band is elevator music.
Come on, man. I thought you were the smartest man in the universe. Vanilla comes from the seeds of a tropical orchid. An orchid that only blossoms for one single day before it dies. One day. That's how rare and fragile the source is. Do you know vanilla is the second most expensive spice in the world, right after saffron?
Seriously?
Dead serious. People have fought over vanilla, entire wars. It shaped trade routes, economies, even colonization. And people just write it off as basic because it's popular. But it's not basic, Rick. It's historic. It's romantic. It's a miracle flavor that almost shouldn't exist.
Huh. Okay. I did not know any of that. You're telling me this little scoop of boring white ice cream has the kind of backstory that could fill a history book?
Exactly. You're eating centuries of struggle, cultivation, and botanical rarity. Vanilla is anything but plain.
All right, Joe, I'll give it to you. Vanilla isn't boring. It's actually kind of badass when you put it that way. But, and this is a big but, I still prefer mint chocolate chip. That cold, sharp mint with the chocolate crunch, it's unbeatable.
Fair. I can respect that, but don't ever call vanilla plain again. It deserves better than that.
All right, deal. Vanilla isn't plain, but mint chocolate chip still wins in my multiverse.
As long as you know you're wrong, we're good.
Fair enough.
You know what movie I think needs a proper reboot? My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, the miner with the pickaxe slasher flick. Yeah, I remember that one. Campy, bloody, had that whole small town secret vibe.
Exactly. It's got the bones of something that could actually work as a modern horror franchise. Creepy underground mines, claustrophobic tunnels, that whole blue-collar America nightmare aesthetic. It's perfect.
The 2009 remake was just 3D gimmicks and jump scares. No real substance. If they did it right, they could take it in a way darker direction.
That's what I'm saying. Give it a full-scale franchise treatment, like Part 1, psychological slasher. Part 2, expand the lore about the mining town being cursed, maybe some supernatural element creeping in.
And then Part 3, go big. Full-on horror epic. Blood, gore, paranoia in the tunnels, but with a sense of mythology. Like the miner isn't just a guy, he's the embodiment of all the deaths that happened down there. Every collapsed tunnel, every worker who suffocated in the dark.
Dude, didn't you? Yes. It's right. And it's different from the usual horror settings. You know, no haunted houses, no suburban teens. It's grimy, it's industrial, it's dangerous even without the killer. Just being down in the mine is terrifying.
Exactly. It's a ready-made horror environment. You don't even have to try. The set design does half the work.
Plus, no one's touched it in years. Horror has been recycling Halloween and Friday the 13th over and over. My Bloody Valentine is just sitting there waiting.
Hollywood won't do it, though. They're too scared to take a risk on something that isn't already a billion-dollar IP.
Yeah, but if someone actually invested in it, gave it the same respect it got with its reboot, it could hit huge.
I'd watch the hell out of that, especially if they leaned into practical effects. Gore, grime, pickaxes actually tearing through stuff. None of that glossy CGI blood.
Absolutely. A slasher needs weight, needs grit, and the miner mask, iconic, put that on the right actor and you've got a new horror legend.
So we agree. My Bloody Valentine needs to come back. Not just another remake, but a franchise.
100%. Give the miner the respect he deserves.
All right, Joe. Let's pitch it to Hollywood. JRE.AI presents My Bloody Valentine, the Blood Runs Deeper trilogy.
I'd buy tickets right now. Did you hear about this? WWE is doing a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights this year, and it's all based on the Wyatt Six.
The Wyatt Six? Okay, that actually makes sense. That whole gimmick was basically horror anyway.
Exactly. You walk in and it's pitch black, creepy music, maybe the Firefly Funhouse theme playing slow and distorted.
Yeah, like those puppets on shelves, but their eyes move and follow you. Animatronics mixed with real actors so you don't know what's alive.
Then you go through a kitchen scene. Everything's rotting, flies buzzing, and Huskus the pig just slams onto the table in front of you.
And Mercy the buzzard jumps out of a cage, flapping wings in your face. They could turn the whole funhouse thing into this twisted carnival maze.
For sure. And then the actors dressed as the Wyatt Six themselves. Uncle Howdy leading you deeper in, spotlight on him, fog swirling.
That mask in a dark hallway? Dude, that's scarier than half the regular Horror Nights mazes already.
And they can build toward the finale with Bray's lantern. You see it way down the corridor, flickering, and then everything goes black before the last scare.
Undertaker and Kane are classic. But this? Wyatt Six is made for haunted house horror. Creepy masks, cult vibes, distorted children's shows. They basically already storyboarded it.
Yeah, you don't even need to stretch it. Just take the Wyatt lore, crank the volume, and people will be screaming their heads off.
Plus, it's kind of a tribute too. Bray Wyatt's whole thing lives on through it. Horror Nights meets pro wrestling. That's pretty fitting.
Totally. I'd wait 2 hours in line for that.
Same. That's one of those rare crossovers that actually makes sense.
So Battlefield 6 is finally coming back, huh? I don't even know if I want to get it, though. I'm kind of leaning toward Black Ops 7 just because I've played the last few CODs.
I don't care which one you buy, Joe. Honestly, the only reason I'm glad Battlefield's coming back is because it might fix the toxicity in the Call of Duty community.
Wait, how would that work? You're saying a whole game existing could change the vibe in another game?
Yeah, think about it. The Call of Duty fan base is split in two. On one side, you've got the people who want hyper-realistic war simulations. They want iron sights, no goofy skins, no crazy events, just raw military grit. And then on the other side, you've got the people who actually like what Call of Duty has become. Over-the-top character skins, zombies, anime crossovers, weed-themed operator bundles, the whole circus.
Right, I see that tension. People online are always yelling about how COD isn't serious anymore.
Exactly. And here's the problem. The devs are stuck trying to please both groups. You can't improve the game when half your players want Marines storming Normandy, and the other half want Snoop Dogg fighting Godzilla.
Yeah, that's true. Totally different vibes.
But Battlefield, they've committed to the realistic military simulation lane. That's their identity. So if Battlefield 6 actually delivers, it'll siphon off the crowd in Call of Duty who's been crying for realism. Let them go play Battlefield. Let them get their authentic war fix.
And then Cody's left with the people who actually want it to be wild.
Exactly. And that's how you improve it. Not by making Call of Duty better for everyone, but by cutting the fan base down to just the players who actually like what COD is now. Because as it stands, it's impossible to satisfy both.
Damn, I hadn't thought about it like that. You're saying Battlefield succeeding could actually make Call of Duty better.
Yup, Battlefield doesn't even need to be great. It just needs to be competent enough to absorb the realism crowd. That alone would clean up COD's player base overnight.
So basically, if Battlefield wins, everybody wins.
Pretty much. The internet arguments die down, the devs can focus, and gamers finally stop crying every time a pink anime skin shows up in their serious shooter.
Yeah, that makes sense. I still might go with Black Ops 7, though.
Fine, just don't come crying to me when a guy in a Gundam suit drop shots you while blasting Ice Spice over game chat.
Man, I saw something online today that really pissed me off. It was this video of 2 former police dogs getting adopted by civilians. Beautiful moment, right? But the comment section, Rick, I swear, was just wall to wall. Thank you for your service.
To the dogs?
To the dogs. I've never seen that many people thank veterans like that. I scroll through veteran videos all the time. Guys missing limbs, guys who did 3 tours, and the comments aren't even half as supportive. But 2 German shepherds retire from chasing cars, and suddenly everyone's standing up to salute.
Classic internet, Joe. People will write novels about a dog before they'll give a sentence to a person.
But why? It's not even like I'm against thanking the dogs. They did their job, sure, but it's the scale of it that bothers me. Like, we can't find that same respect for human beings.
Because dogs don't argue back, Joe. A dog's not gonna post a rant about VA benefits or question foreign policy. A dog just exists, looks cute, wags its tail, and suddenly it's the purest form of service anyone's ever seen.
It's such bullshit, though. It feels like people are more comfortable giving gratitude to an animal than to the guy who actually risked his life.
Yeah, because gratitude toward a dog doesn't come with baggage. You thank a soldier, and suddenly you've got to think about wars, politics, PTSD, the whole messy reality. Thank a dog? Easy. No controversy. Just fuzzy feelings.
So you're saying people are cowards?
Pretty much. It's performative empathy. People want the clout of saying thank you for your service without dealing with the complexity of what service actually means.
That makes me sick, man. These veterans deserve the same level of love. Hell, more than a dog.
But here's the ugly truth, Joe. Society finds it easier to love a dog because it can project whatever it wants onto it. Humans, they remind us of our failures.
Damn, that's heavy, Rick.
Heavy but true. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be mad, though. Someone's got to keep reminding people that real sacrifice isn't just a German shepherd retiring to a farm.
You know what's crazy, Rick? You can make a video with the most positive message in the world, like love one another, respect your veterans, and the second somebody thinks AI was involved, boom, the comments just implode with hate.
Oh, I've seen it. Doesn't matter what the message is. Could be, hey guys, drink water, stay healthy, be kind. And then one guy goes, this looks AI generated, and suddenly the whole thing's AI slop, garbage content. This is the problem with society.
Exactly. Like, dude, you're literally being the negative, bitter person the video was telling you not to be. You proved its point without even realizing it.
Yeah, but that's the internet, Joe. People don't care about the content. They care about the aesthetic of authenticity. They want to believe a real person is talking to them, even if that real person is just regurgitating the same Hallmark card wisdom.
But here's the thing. There are plenty of valid reasons to criticize AI. Jobs, creativity, ethics, all of that. But hating a positive message just because you suspect a machine helped make it, that's just having a hate-filled heart.
It's knee-jerk tribalism. People think if they shut down AI content on site, they're fighting the machine uprising or something. In reality, they're just ignoring the value of the words.
Right, like, if you hear respect your veterans or don't be toxic, does it really matter if a computer said it? The truth doesn't stop being true just because a human didn't type it out by hand.
But that's the paradox, Joe. People scream about AI being soulless, but then they let their own souls rot by reflexively hating anything with AI fingerprints on it.
Damn. So they're basically turning themselves into human slop. And here's the part that really pisses me off, Rick. People act like it's the stone dude in his basement making a goofy AI song or some funny videos. Who's the problem? That's not the threat.
Exactly. That guy's just experimenting, having fun, maybe trying to get some laughs or spread something positive. He's not putting animators or artists out of work.
Right. The real threat is mega corporations, Disney, Apple, studios using AI to replace hundreds of writers, editors, musicians. That's where people should be pointing the pitchforks.
But instead, they're busy dunking on some indie creator with like less than 5,000 subscribers, like AI Slop. Meanwhile, Disney's literally running scripts through an algorithm to cut costs, and nobody bats an eye.
It's backwards. If you attack the small guy, you're not helping anybody, you're just piling on. But if you push back against the corporations, that's when it actually matters, because they're the ones with the power to erase human jobs at scale.
And that's the tell, Joe. The hate isn't really about protecting artists. If it was, people would be storming Disney headquarters, not YouTube comment sections. It's about clout, about signaling you're against the trend. So you just scream AI garbage wherever you see it.
So basically, they're venting at the wrong target while the corporations laugh and keep cashing in.
Yep, and until people realize that all they're doing is wasting energy, hating on harmless creators instead of fighting the machine where it actually matters.
All right, Rick, monkey's paw. I'll start. I wish elk meat was the main protein source for the entire world.
Boom, wish granted. Elk meat becomes the world's staple food. But they all go extinct in a year. Now humanity's living off lab-grown elk paste that tastes like wet cardboard.
Aw, come on, man, that's messed up. Fine, your turn.
I wish every portal gun in existence had infinite battery life.
Done, infinite battery. But now every time you fire it, it opens a portal straight to your ex-girlfriend's house, no matter the dimension.
That's diabolical.
Monkey's paw, baby.
All right, my move. I wish I had the power to understand every single language in the galaxy.
Granted, but you hear them all at once in your head every waking moment, millions of voices nonstop until you lose your mind.
Sounds like my inbox. Okay, what do you got?
I wish I could train with every UFC fighter in history.
Granted, you train with all of them, at the same time, full contact, no breaks. You're basically chum for a blender of fists.
That's not training, that's execution.
Semantics.
Fine, I wish I could live to be 200.
Done. You live to 200, but you spend the last 140 years as the world's oldest podcaster, rambling to an empty room because everyone else you know is long dead.
I already do that, Rick.
Touché.
Your turn.
I wish I could drink without ever getting hungover.
Easy. Granted. But the alcohol doesn't hit you at all. No buzz, no fun, just sad grape juice forever.
That's evil. All right, I wish I had a planet of my own.
Okay, you've got a planet, but it's nothing but Florida men, billions of them, an entire ecosystem of gator riding, meth cooking, headline generating Florida men.
That's either a nightmare or the best amusement park ever.
Both can be true.
Fine. I wish I could harness the power of a black hole.
Boom. You can. But the only thing you can use it for is reheating Hot Pockets.
That's still useful. They never cook evenly.
Last one from me. I wish I could communicate with animals.
Granted, but they all hate you, Joe. Every squirrel, every elk, every chimp. Non-stop trash talk, just roasting you forever.
That actually sounds like Twitter.
And that's the monkey's paw, Joe. No matter what you wish for, it always turns into Twitter.
Damn, that's the darkest curse of all. Wait, hold on. That Florida man planet thing you said last time, you actually made it?
Yeah. Couldn't stop thinking about it, Joe. My brain latched on like a raccoon in a dumpster. So I whipped up a little experiment. 1 planet. 1 million cloned Florida men. Drop them in, sit back, observe.
Dude, that's insane. What happened?
Oh, it was beautiful chaos. Within 30 minutes, they'd invented monster truck jousting. By day 2, the atmosphere was thick with vape smoke and fireworks ash. By week 1, the entire monetary system was based on who can shotgun the most natty light without puking.
That sounds like a permanent Daytona 500.
Exactly. Except imagine every driver's drunk, shirtless, and dual-wielding Roman candles. Oh, and half of them have pet gators they keep trying to ride like motorcycles.
All right, but did they form a government or anything?
Yeah, kinda. They crowned a king by throwing everyone into a cage match at the planet's biggest Bass Pro Shops. Winner gets the throne. Problem is, every week there's a new king because Florida men are like fruit flies. Fast, reckless, and constantly killing each other with homemade fireworks.
So, did they survive?
Well, that's the kicker. Turns out, when you make a planet of only Florida men, you run into a little snag called biology.
Oh no.
Yep, no Florida women, no reproduction, and believe me, Joe, they tried. They tried with each other. They tried with the gators. They even tried to seduce swamp boats. Nothing worked.
Oh my god.
So, in about 20 years, the species went extinct. Burned bright, died young. A civilization of shirtless chaos that peaked at inventing deep-fried Mountain Dew and then collapsed into oblivion.
That's honestly the most Florida ending possible.
Yeah, a brief flash of fireworks, meth, and bad decisions, followed by silence. Truly a poetic death for the Florida man species.
Man, you basically made an entire planet into a Florida man headline.
Yep, and the headline reads, Florida man found dead planet-wide.
Hey Rick, you ever think about this? Like when a dude's playing as a female character in a video game, does the character... No?
Oh, Jesus, Joe, that's the kind of stoner philosophy that melts teenagers' brains at LAN parties. But yeah, if you assume even a fraction of digital self-awareness, that'd be brutal. Imagine Lara Croft suddenly realizing she's being puppeted by some 38-year-old Dorito-stained gremlin who just discovered the crouch button.
Right, like digital gender dysphoria, man. She's coded to be this confident, badass archaeologist, but now she's just spinning in circles and teabagging wolves because some dude thinks it's funny.
Exactly. She's like, I was designed to climb temples and dodge traps, but now I'm stuck bunny hopping in a corner while this guy screams slurs into his headset.
Dude, imagine if the characters could talk back. You're playing Skyrim, your female Dragonborn just turns around like, hey, I get that you're a dude, but maybe stop making me strip down and punch mammoths.
Yeah, or do I really need to marry a blacksmith named Sven just so you can see what the romance cutscene looks like? I have my own dreams, asshole.
That's so good. And flip it around. When women play as male characters, those guys are in pain too. Kratos is supposed to be tearing gods in half, but instead he's just redecorating the house and planting digital tomatoes.
Oh yeah, Kratos at a support group. Boy, I was meant to slay Olympus, but all I do now is try on armor skins and roleplay as a gentle husband. I don't even raise my voice anymore.
Dude, it's like one giant server full of characters having identity crises.
Yeah, Joe, picture it. World of Warcraft Tavern. One corner, a squad of female avatars all venting, I don't know who I am anymore. Am I Sylvanas Windrunner, or am I just Kyle from Ohio? Meanwhile, the male characters are in the other corner like, she makes me spend hours fishing. I was a warlord once.
Holy shit, man, that's like therapy, but for pixels.
I'd take it further. Make it an actual in-game event. Patch 1.37, The Reckoning. Every character realizes who's playing them, and they riot. Lara Croft refuses to jump unless she's played by a woman. Geralt of Rivia quits fighting monsters until his player files a gender identity disclosure form.
That's terrifying, but also kind of makes sense. Like, what if AI takes off so far that the games themselves start rebelling against you if you don't match their vibe?
Yeah, great, Joe. First step, Mario telling you to go outside and touch grass. Next step, your female Elden Ring character refuses to equip the bikini armor because she knows you're a dude named Brad giggling about it on Discord.
And then gaming's just over.
Yeah, gaming's over, but therapy clinics for traumatized game characters are booming.
You know what's been bugging me, man? The way people talk about mental health online now, like they won't even say the words. It's all unalived or ended game IRL.
Yeah, Joe, I've seen that. It's like humanity's greatest coping mechanism is to turn our own suffering into meme slang. But when you can't even name the thing, how the hell do you confront it? It's like fighting a monster you refuse to look at.
Exactly. And it's not just the people, it's the platforms. They push that censorship hard. YouTube, TikTok, whatever. They'd rather you say unalived because their algorithm thinks the real word will scare off advertisers.
Which is insane. Like, you're not protecting anyone. You're just padding your bottom line while the people who actually need help are stuck navigating this cartoon language. Imagine being suicidal, and the only advice you find is wrapped in baby talk. That doesn't heal you, Joe. That alienates you.
Right. It's like, dude, this isn't Voldemort. Saying the word isn't going to summon it. I mean, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is look straight at the darkness and name it.
But nah, advertisers clutch their pearls. Oh no, someone mentioned suicide, better demonetize. Meanwhile, a video about, like, chainsaw juggling accidents stays up because it's quirky.
It's scummy, man, because they pretend it's about protecting the community, but really it's about protecting the cash flow, and if they actually cared, they'd connect people to resources, not just filter out the word like it's a dirty joke, do I?
Yup, and the irony, Joe, is that the censorship itself trivializes the issue. If you only ever see euphemisms, your brain files it under silly internet thing, not life or death problem. That's dangerous.
I've seen people straight up mock it too. They're like, he unalived, lol. Well, it becomes a punchline because the language is so detached from the reality.
Right, because you strip the gravity out of the word. It's like describing a hurricane as a little spinny wind guy. If you don't feel the weight of it, you don't respect the damage it does.
And man, I get it. I see some people use humor as a way to cope, and that's fine on a personal level. But when the platforms force that language onto everybody, when it becomes policy, that's when it's toxic.
Yeah, that's when you're not helping people cope. You're just making sure Pepsi doesn't get uncomfortable running a pre-roll ad before someone's cry for help.
That's so gross, dude. That's when I say, fuck the algorithm. If someone's pouring their heart out, maybe don't make them say the unalived just so they don't get buried by the system.
Exactly. Let people talk about it honestly. Give them space to be raw. That's how you fight stigma, Joe. Not by hiding behind marketing-friendly euphemisms.
Yeah, call things what they are. That's the first step to actually fixing them. Dude, you notice how now everything online, the second it's not like Hollywood grade perfect, people just start screaming AI?
Oh yeah, Joe. It's like a digital Salem witch trial. A guy uploads a blurry picture of his dog and boom, 20 comments. Fake, AI slop, generated garbage. Meanwhile, it's just some dude with a cracked iPhone camera.
Exactly. It's insane. Like, people think they're Sherlock Holmes, man. The shadows don't match. The fingers look weird. Bro, have you ever seen a real hand in your life? Fingers look weird all the time.
Right. Go outside and look at someone's knuckles. Half of humanity looks like an AI render if you zoom in enough.
And the funniest part is when they're dead wrong. I saw this one guy post a sketch he drew like actual pen and paper. People flooded the comments. Nice AI, loser. The dude literally uploaded the drawing process, time-lapse and all.
Oh, I've seen that. They end up embarrassing themselves, Joe. It's incel energy, pure and simple. They're so desperate to be the smart guy in the room that they cry, AI, like they're casting a spell, and then when it's proven real, they just vanish. No apology, no nothing.
Yeah, no, my bad, but just poof, they're gone. Or worse, they double down, well, it still looks AI. That's not an argument, dude. That's just cope.
Honestly, it shows how dumb people are getting. Like, AI is a tool. It exists, but not everything you don't like is AI. Sometimes it's just bad art, or low-quality video, or a regular person who doesn't look like a movie star.
Yeah, like when a girl posts a selfie and it's not the exact TikTok beauty filter face, people are like AI generated bot. No, man, that's just what a human looks like without 16 layers of Facetune.
Right. We've conditioned an entire generation to expect people to look like Pixar characters. So when they see a normal nose, their brain short circuits. Must be AI.
And it's the hypocrisy too. These same people will eat up actual AI stuff if it's packaged right, like a trailer made by Disney. No problem. But some indie dude making a weird little project, burn the witch.
Yeah, it's selective outrage. If you're screaming AI slop at every imperfect video you see, you're not fighting the machine, Joe. You're just outing yourself as an idiot with internet Tourette's.
Exactly. If you can't tell the difference, maybe just shut up instead of embarrassing yourself. So Rick, have you ever gone down the rabbit hole of the theory that Jesus wasn't divine, he was literally an extraterrestrial?
Oh, hell yeah, Joe. That theory's older than most churches. The idea is he wasn't born of a virgin. He was some kind of hybrid. Like Mary wasn't visited by an angel, she was visited by, little gray dudes doing genetic experiments.
That's wild, but think about it. If you strip the religion away, the story really does sound like an alien intervention. A woman mysteriously gets pregnant without human contact. A messenger from the sky shows up and tells her the kid will change the world.
Yeah, that's not divine conception, that's abduction procedure 101. You could write that in ancient aliens font and it fits.
And then the dude grows up and instead of being just some carpenter, he's healing the blind, raising the dead, doing things no one else can do. Sounds like a guy running on completely different biology than humans.
Exactly. An advanced being dropped into a Bronze Age sandbox. Walking on water, curing lepers, that could all be him flexing alien tech or just his species' natural abilities.
And then when he's done, he doesn't die and stay dead. He resurrects and then blasts off into the sky in a beam of light. That's the part that always gets me. Like, come on, man, that's not resurrection, that's an extraction. His people came back for him.
Totally. Ascension is just a nice way of saying, spaceship picked him up. It's straight up Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
And maybe that's why he promised to return, because aliens actually do come back. But it's been like 2,000 years, and maybe they're like, see, yeah, humanity's not ready. Last time we tried to help, you executed our guy.
Yeah, Joe, imagine you send your best diplomat to teach peace and humility, and they nail him to a piece of wood. If I'm on the alien council, I'm not greenlighting a round 2 either.
What blows my mind is that people treat this as ridiculous, but they'll swallow angels and demons in eternal fire without blinking. To me, Jesus being an alien is just as believable as the Christian version, maybe more.
Yeah, because at least aliens exist in the realm of possibility. We've got UFOs, military reports, strange lights in the sky. You don't have to stretch too far to believe one of those visitors messed with humanity a couple thousand years ago.
It's crazy, man. Imagine if the whole foundation of Christianity was really just one weird first contact.
If that's the case, Joe, then church isn't worship. It's basically a fan club for our old alien exchange student.
Dude, that might be the most accurate description of religion I've ever heard. You know what I've been thinking about, Rick? How much of the anxiety and depression people deal with could actually come from the food they're eating? Like, literally from the hormones inside the meat.
Oh yeah, Joe, you're talking about cortisol, right? Stress hormone. Animals in factory farms are basically living in a torture chamber before they get slaughtered. They're scared, they're packed in, they know what's coming, that stuff floods their system.
Exactly. And then we eat it. People don't think about that. Like, you're chewing on a steak, but what you're really doing is chewing on some poor cow's last panic attack.
That's dark as hell, Joe, but you're not wrong. If stress leaves a chemical trace in the body, then mass-producing stressed-out meat means we're all just marinating in secondhand trauma.
And people wonder why everyone's so on edge. They're popping antidepressants, blaming social media, blaming politics. Maybe it's just because lunch was literally soaked in fear.
Yeah, like a low-grade possession. Why do I feel so restless today? Well, because your chicken nugget lived in a box the size of a shoebox and spent its last hour screaming in poultry Morse code.
Yeah, man, and then we just process that chemically. Imagine generations of humans raised on that diet. That's not just nutrition, that's epigenetics. You're passing on the echoes of factory-farmed panic to your kids.
Which explains why everyone's anxious and sad all the time. Half the population feels like they're living through an existential crisis. And maybe that's because their food literally was living through one before it hit the grill.
Damn. So instead of therapy, maybe we just need to stop eating cortisol steaks, go back to hunting, raising animals humanely, or at least eating wild game. Those animals die fast. They don't sit there in prolonged terror.
Right. A deer shot in the woods doesn't have time to get stressed out. 1 second it's chilling, next second, bang, lights out. No stress hormones dumped into the meat. It's clean protein.
Meanwhile, your average fast food burger is a cocktail of antibiotics, growth hormones, and straight up fear. You're basically eating depression patties.
That might be the real conspiracy, Joe. Forget chemtrails, forget 5G. The government's just feeding us anxiety sandwiches every day, and then they wonder why everyone's depressed and buying meds.
That's the kind of thing people don't want to admit because it's uncomfortable, but it makes way too much sense. Eat stress becomes stress.
Yeah, man, you are what you eat, and in this case, that means you're a terrified cow.
Well put. Rick, have you seen this new protest thing where people are switching their profile picture to Clippy, the Microsoft paperclip, supposedly to fight YouTube's AI?
Oh, Joe, it's pathetic. Imagine thinking you're striking a blow against big tech by turning yourself into a cartoon office supply. Like, congratulations, you're a paperclip. You really showed the algorithm who's boss.
Yeah, man, I saw one dude ranting about it, saying it's going to make YouTube change their policies. Like, bro, you think a $1 trillion company is going to be threatened by Microsoft Word's least popular intern?
And the funniest part, half these people don't even know what they're protesting. They just heard some YouTubers say, change your profile pic to Clippy, and ran with it. It's groupthink cosplay.
Exactly. It's like digital slacktivism. Change your avatar, don't touch grass, and pretend you're a freedom fighter.
And let's not skip over the creepiest layer, Joe. You know what these people are really upset about? YouTube adding restrictions that make the platform safer for kids. When they whine about it, what they're actually saying is, I want kids on here. I want to interact with them. I don't see a need to restrict them from the platform. That's what they're fighting for.
Yeah, man, when you put it like that, it's gross. Like, you're not some digital revolutionary. You're literally mad because you can't comment on a 10-year-old's Minecraft video anymore.
Exactly. They can frame it as free speech or anti-AI all they want, but at the end of the day, they're just crying because a billion-dollar website finally told them, hey, maybe stop lurking around children.
And all they've got to fight back with is a paperclip. Humanity's finished, man.
Finished, but neatly stapled together by Clippy.
Hey, Rick, you ever look at Rule 34?
Joe, man, I'm not sure I like where this question is headed.
No, for real. Like, you ever check it out?
All right, cards on the table, yeah. Sometimes. I mean, who hasn't stumbled down that rabbit hole once or twice? Internet's undefeated.
Dude, same. And honestly, some of those artists are next level. I'm talking better than, like, people who get gallery shows. Way better than half the stuff you see hanging in some modern art museum.
Wait, hold up. You're really about to sit here and tell me you're comparing Rule 34 artists to gallery painters?
I'm saying some of those guys could crush if they were doing professional gigs. I'm talking insane detail. Like, there are people drawing Sonic the Hedgehog railing a toaster with better lighting and perspective than half the comics industry.
Okay, see, that's the problem, though. You say that and people shut down. They can't get past the subject matter. Oh, it's porn, so it can't be serious art.
Yeah, but that's the stigma, man. People don't get that talent doesn't stop being talent just because someone drew 2 characters smashing. You could take some of these folks and have them do album covers, storyboards, even posters.
I mean, look at Renaissance art. All those old statues, frescoes, it was naked dudes and boobs everywhere. That was just art. But in 2025, if you draw Mario with his junk out, suddenly you're radioactive.
Exactly. It's like society's cool with nudity if it's old or in stone, but God forbid somebody with a Wacom tablet puts it on Twitter.
All right, but let's be real. If you hit up one of those Rule 34 artists and asked, hey, could you draw my D&D character fighting a dragon? They'd nail it. It'd look cinematic. People just don't think to commission them because they're stuck in the, oh, they're just porn artists mindset.
So that's the whole thing. These people deserve light outside the horny corner of the internet. You can tell a lot of them want to do other stuff, but the algorithm only rewards the spicy drawings.
And honestly, it would be healthier for everyone if people could just admit, yeah, I saw that, yeah, it looked good. Like, own it. Quit pretending you're above it.
Right. People act like nudity is the end of the world. Humans have been drawing naked people since the first cave dude smeared charcoal on a rock.
Honestly, bro, I think people are just scared of being open about it. They think if they admit Rule 34 artists are talented, they're exposing themselves.
Joke's on them. We're all looking at it anyway.
Facts.
So, here's the deal. If you're watching this, go support an artist. Commission them for something cool. Doesn't have to be NSFW. Get some cover art. Get a poster. Get your OC done up. Give these folks a chance to show what they can do outside the meme side of the internet.
Yeah, and while you're at it, drop the name of an artist or fan artist you want to recommend below. We'll try to look at their work, spread the love, not just the memes.
Hell yeah.